Jackson, off with R&J. I'm Jake Jackson. This is my brother, Rich Jackson. We are back for episode 33. I know it feels like forever since we've done an episode, but finally able to be on the same schedule and work something out. And we got some 2025 is off to a bang with new releases and picking up, finish off catalogs and other releases as well. So we're going to show off a few of those for you. Ridge, why don't you start us off? What do you got for us today?
What I got first
Recent pickups.
There was a band. I found out about these guys. This was released in May 17th, 2024. Hemotoxin, When Time Becomes Lost. Cover looked really cool. I wanted to check out their music. And it's awesome, really, really good, like death thrash, but almost like more prog than there is like thrash in there. There's a lot of death worship in it from the beginning of it. Kind of feels more like scream, bloody gore, spiritual healing, leprosy kind of things. And then once it gets to the back end of it, it starts getting into that like individual thought patterns, sound of perseverance sort of feel. I listened to this like over and over again before I actually delved in and found out more information about them. And it's pretty much a solo project from this guy named Michael Chavez, who actually I didn't know this, but he's one of the guitarists from Rip to Shreds. So that was really fucking cool. It also features Scott Fuller. He was also in Annihilated, or played drums for Annihilated and Morbid Angel on their last 2017.
I think we talked about that, 2017.
When Thy Kingdom Come came out. Yeah, he was the drummer on that. So he's on this album. Awesome guitar solos, which they have like featured guitar solos in here, like different people who came in. Like Andrew Lee, the main like brainchild around Rip to Shreds, does some solos in here. One of the dudes from Laceration, which were on my that amazing album that came out, I Road, last year, made on my list. Like, so good. It's really, really good.
Great
Iron
artwork
Fortress is doing some cool stuff with their tapes. Like, they got the artwork of the album on it on this really cool purple shell.
Purple tape.
Got that, and then the whole layout's really cool. Oh, actually, I didn't notice that. Look on that drum head.
Oh, Morbid Angel.
Yeah. So you got, I guess Scott Fuller they maybe either took a picture from him playing with Morbid Angel, or he's rocking that same
cool.
kit. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that they have Hemotoxin has done at least another release, maybe more than that. I haven't discovered more, but if you're a fan of death, blood incantation, like Vector style stuff, like this would be right up your alley.
Check it out.
Check that out. And there's still copies at Iron Fortress Records. Check them out. Really cool label. I like them.
Right on.
This was one, I believe this was an honorable mention of mine. I didn't have a copy at the time. When this released, I jammed the hell out of it. Loved it. Straight, really good, like OSDM, like old school death metal worship sort of stuff. This is a band called Eternal, Cryptic Lust. It was actually released in March 15th of 2024. Carbonized Records picked this up, did a tape, CD, and vinyl release. I went with the tape release. I would love to have it on vinyl one day, but it sounds really good on tape. Really dark, evil, atmospheric, raw death metal. It's done well, and most of the people in this band
are like teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Like the drummer, I believe at the time of this, when it was made, he was 18.
That's insane.
And he recorded, I believe, like engineered and everything, mixed and mastered this record at the ripe age of 18. And it sounds amazing. It's such a good album. Lots of good hooks, good blast, ferocious, evil sounding guitars. It rules. I mean, if you're a fan of early death, incantation, Morbid Angel, it'd be right up your alley.
Yeah.
Eternal, Cryptic Lust.
And also a channel that we both love, Sea of Tranquility, Pete Pardo.
Yeah, Pete. Shouted it out.
And Jamie Laszlo, who's also runs the awesome Let's Get Physical page on Facebook, which if you are a physical media enjoyer of anything, movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, comic books, CDs, vinyl, cassettes, magazines, people show everything in there.
Yeah.
Join that group because it's a really fun group to be a part of. They both have talked about that album as well. So
yes. I remember seeing seeing their review on this, and I was like, whoa,
it's pretty cool. Because Sea of Tranquility has a pretty huge fan base. That's big for them to get a review, which Pete and Jamie always do talk about underground bands, but that's really cool that they reviewed that.
Yeah, nice, slick J card. Got all the kids there. I can say that because I'm older now, but really good layout. Awesome. Got the lyrics in there. I can't recommend this enough. I'm still listening to this over and over again.
On repeat.
It's on repeat, man. Good old school death metal. So we'll move on.
Moving on to the vinyl.
Moving
looks
on.
like.
I haven't made that many vinyl purchases this year. Got some good ones for the small amount that I have gotten. Iodine Records did a repress of a record that I have loved forever. Like I remember getting this album back in the day when I couldn't find this record in the area we lived, so we
couldn't go buy this at Walmart.
Yeah, so we would all get together, have our iPods, and rip albums off of our iPods. And this is one we got from a buddy of ours, but it's We Are the Only Friends We Have, Piebald. It's ever since I've gotten or had those files, I've listened to this record over and over again. And finally, Iodine Records did a press of this amazing record. It's released in February 19th, 2022. 2000.
I was going to say
2002.
Okay.
Slip up on me.
That's all right. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, this record sounds early 2000s for sure.
It's 2002.
Yeah.
Amazing, good record. They're a Boston-based band, toured with Maniacs like Converge, which is weird. Cave In. Who was who we were talking about? Somebody who booked their first show, or
I don't know. I could be wrong on the band, but I listened to Jamie Joss's podcast, The Joss Show, and I think he mentioned something about booking them way back in the 90s. I don't know about early first show, but you know, Boston and I'm not good at geography, but I feel like Boston, because Hatebreed's from Connecticut. Boston and Connecticut's got to be pretty close geographically, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not a pro.
Yeah, I'm not a geography pro here. You know, I only got a high school education at Farmington, Missouri. So, but anyways, this has just been like, it's always been a feel good record of mine. Just anytime you put it on, you feel good, positive vibes, good riffs, good lyrics, song titles, awesome. Yes, the song titles are great.
I mean, if you like bands like Superchunk, Cave In, Teenage Fan Club, I would even say like some Polar Bear Club, like that kind of vein of music, like emo, pop punk, whatever you want to say. But yeah, I mean, they also Iodine did a deluxe edition. I just got the regular album, not the deluxe with all the extra.
That's a cool looking vinyl.
But it came on this little green, white, and orange twist. But got a little bear there.
I want the job of the person who decides the name of colorways for vinyl. That'd be a cool job to have. Be just name colorways of vinyls.
Right.
You know, whatever.
But yeah, this was I was really glad. Thank you, Iodine, on repressing this, because I have wanted this to own a physical copy of probably my favorite Piebald record ever. So yeah, hats off there.
Great album cover too.
Oh yeah, the inner sleeve is also very cool. Got the fellas there. Well,
I'm not gonna say it's exactly like it there,
kind of a little.
But the front cover reminds me of the Saves the Day record, where they're all sitting on the couch as well.
Oh, is that
Through Being Cool?
Through Being Cool, yeah.
Or maybe I'm way off, but just a little, because that's the same era, and definitely bands that could tour together for sure. I don't know if they did, but
that's another band. If you like Saves the Day,
yeah,
check out Piebald. The Through Being Cool is one that that's a
fantastic album.
That's
no skips.
That's on my watch list. Definitely. I've never found one out in the wild.
I would like to have that as well.
Oh, that'd be good. And my last one, probably my favorite record by this band.
Favorite? Really?
Yeah. I've got a lot of ties and memories with this record, so there's reasons why I prefer this. I got the 15th year anniversary Dinosaur Jr. Farm. I've wanted to have this record for a long time. I used to have the CD, I believe, and I lost it. They happen to have this really awesome anniversary edition that they did.
Nice gatefold there.
Nice, really nice gatefold with this super cool artwork on it. I've always loved that front cover. I don't know why. I just like the dudes and these like giant green monster dudes. Comes on this like neon green
Shrek vinyl. Looks like
Shrek
color.
Swamp. This album has probably my favorite Dinosaur Jr. freaking guitar solo on it. Goes forever. I don't want to go there. at the end of that is just so good. But I mean, opening up a piece is just levels it, gets you right there in the mood for how this is going to go. Plans your weather over it is such a good hooky song. Like, this album has a lot of good hooks on it. And with the special edition, you also get a few covers that he does. There's like some covers that he does by the Zombies at the end of it. Houses, When You're Ready, Creepies. Really good record. I'm glad I got it.
That was released in 2009, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, does that mean a lot to you because it was a new Dinosaur Jr. album when you were actively listening to a lot of music? And because in 2009, you were probably listening to a lot of music and buying music and sharing music.
I actually discovered this probably... There was a friend of mine would always play this record. Me and him, like, we'd hang out, have some beers on the porch, just constantly spin this over and over
like
again.
When it came out, or was it years after?
Okay. Years after. This was about shit.
Because as long as I've hung out with you, you've been a Dinosaur Jr. fan.
Yeah.
So that's 10 years that we've hung out a lot. So
this is, I really, really love this album. It's got a lot of memories, a lot of hanging out with my buddy and drinking beers on the porch and listening to crazy awesome guitar solos that Jay does on this.
And how many Dinosaur Jr. albums do you have now, or miss?
I actually don't have a lot. What I have,
Bug's my favorite, personally.
I actually don't have that many. I have the new Sweeping in the Sky.
I have Bug on vinyl.
I have Bug, and You're Living All Over Me.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
I don't know. That's probably my all-time favorite, but Dinosaur Jr. Farm is.
They don't have a bad record. They're one of the bands that do not have a bad record.
Yeah.
And they're one of the loudest bands we've ever saw. They were great, crazy loud live. Yeah. We got to see them. It's been almost 8 years now at the Del Mar Hall in 2017. And Barrett of the ATI podcast went with us as well.
That was the loudest concert until I went to see Boris.
Okay, I believe that would be loud. I believe you.
Yeah, because like before then, I was like, oh, whoa, the Melvins. I went and seen the Melvins, and like that was the loudest thing ever. And then seeing Dinosaur Jr., and that somehow was louder than the Melvins. And then Boris, buddy, that just changed everything. That's forever going to be the loudest band for me.
Definitely an earplug show.
Yeah, definitely. I can't remember if I had them on, but
I get drunk when I do drink at certain shows that for a band that I really want to see, I say fuck the earplugs. I'll wear them the whole time, but if it's something I really want, like Can't Swim at last year at the old Rock House.
Yeah.
Last year, I said fuck the earplugs. And I was front row, and it was a bad decision because I literally ears were ringing all night.
There's some a lot of shows at Off Broadway. I guess it's just the sound is good or something.
Yeah.
But when I went to go see Paul Bearer and Inter Arma, it didn't I forgot my earplugs, but it wasn't harsh. It didn't hurt my ears or anything. It wasn't like obnoxiously loud. It was loud and full, but it didn't. I don't know. It didn't have that harshness to it. Yeah. So I probably got a little bit of damage, but.
But we recommend you to wear ear protection.
Yes.
We want to be able to go to shows forever. Mm-hmm. So wear ear protection. But on that note.
Yep, that's all I got on my picks.
I got four.
I fumbled through that.
I got four. I got 4 selections as well. I got 2 CDs, 2 vinyls, and 1 new release from 2025. And I'll start off with my CDs. I'll go with a band that you may have heard of, especially with their the hit off of this album. This is a great record. This is their second record released in 1994, and then it was re-released in 1995. And that is the second record from alternative rock band Deep Blue Something, and this is their album called Home. You may have heard of this band, and you have probably have heard of their song Breakfast at Tiffany's, which was, at the time when this came out, was probably heard everywhere, and you probably hear it in supermarkets to this day, which is a great song. But it's one of those bands that if you think, oh, I hated Breakfast at Tiffany's, and you just, I'm never going to listen to this band, I think you should. This is a really good record, especially if you love alternative rock from the 90s. Check out the song Halo, which was also a single.
Great song.
It has a video as well, a great video. That is my favorite song on there. And that, honestly, to me, is better than Breakfast at Tiffany's. You have Josie, which is another great song. Home's a great song. It's just a really, really cool, good record, and can't recommend it enough. And they have a new record coming out this year. And check out their 2 singles that they've released so far. They have a new record coming out later this spring. Yeah. So
a lot of the tracks on that sounded different than the Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yes.
I mean, the one that has been ingrained in your brain for like
30
Ever,
years at this
yeah.
point, yeah.
But there's like, I mean, they've got like a Smiths kind of sound on some tracks and everything like that. Like,
I thought they had a mild mood swings vibe
yeah,
a little bit
yeah, yep,
from
little
Cure,
wild mood
that
swings.
era.
Yeah, it was good.
But also
Good
that
album.
both albums came out around the same time, so
Yeah, similar color too.
similar color, yellow.
The yellow and the blue. Yeah.
But no, if you said that if you don't like Breakfast at Tiffany's, because which is a great song, I love it, and you have never heard anything else by them, listen to the whole record. I can't recommend it enough. Great '90s alternative rock band. My next selection is completing the solo studio albums. His album from last year was in my honorable mentions, favorite albums of the years, and this is Tyler Hubbard, country singer. This is his debut album from 2023, self-titled. He's most notably known as one half of the duo Florida Georgia Line, but this is his first solo record from 2023. And if you love Florida Georgia Line and if you love Tyler Hubbard's solo work, especially Strong from last year, you will enjoy this. It's 18 songs. It's a lot of fun. And if I had to pick a favorite track, it would be track 16, Leave Me Alone. That's a really good song, really rocking song. Also, you got Dancing in the Country, which was a single. I believe Terry Crews is even in the music video for that. 5'9" was a hit. 35s is a great song. I love the song Inside and Out. That's another favorite of mine. But yeah, Tyler Hubbard, self-titled, released in 2023, and can't recommend that one enough either.
We actually just got done
spinning that. Yes, a lot of fun, good vibes, and we'll go to my vinyl here, and we'll go with my first new release of 2025 that I got in the mail recently, and that is the 8th studio album from Orange County, California, hardcore punk legends, Stick to Your Guns, with their 8th LP titled Keep Planting Flowers, released on Sharp Tone Records. And 10 tracks, about 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
Can't recommend it enough. If you love Stick to Your Guns, you will love this record. And I love this colorway.
Ooh.
It's like an orange Galaxy, I think is what it was called. Colorway. And God, what an album. Lyrically, musically, I love this band. Can't say enough great things about them. And if I had to pick a favorite stretch of tracks, I'm obviously going to pick the whole B-side. The whole B-side on the vinyl. Or it's my favorite. It starts with More Than a Witness. Then it goes with the title track, which is my favorite. Favorite track, Keep Planting Flowers. Lyrically, phenomenal. Musically, very powerful song. And then track 8, Eats Me Up Inside. Eats Me Up. Which also, we're going to this is why you buy physical media, folks. You can't get this on a Spotify stream. This is why you read liner notes. With Eats Me Up, this is why I have to do additional writing on Eats Me Up by John Feldman. John Feldman is a big-time producer and also the lead singer of the band Goldfinger. So that is cool. He produced their record in 2015. So that I think that this Eats Me Up was a leftover kind of session from that session.
Yeah.
Because I listened to the Garza podcast for Stick to Your Guns a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about how Eats Me Up has been around for a while, and they just decided to finish it up for this record.
That's cool.
So John Feldman has a songwriting credit, and also want to shout out another songwriting credit on this track 2 of the record. Spineless has additional songwriting from Isaac Hale of Knocked Loose and X Weapon X and Inclination.
Inclination.
Yes.
That was escaping me.
So I thought that was pretty cool because he did some songwriting on the One Step Closer album as well.
Really?
Yeah. Which
the newest one?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
So that is Keep Planting Flowers by Stick to Your Guns. One of my favorite records of the year so far, along with Crush Your Soul EP.
Oh, that's so good.
Which I may be hearing about that on the next episode, and the Grayscale records. So yes, we got Stick to Your Guns, Sharp Tone Records, 10 songs, about 25 minutes. Can't recommend it enough.
That was Stick to Your Guns was not a band that I was always familiar with or followed.
Really?
But I definitely when that came out, I checked it out, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It was well done.
You don't remember them from back in the day because they've been a band for
I remember them, but
over 20 years now.
I never
listened to them.
Yeah. I was just always like, that's something I probably won't like. So I mean, it was that phase.
They have a style. Yeah. Stick to Your Guns has literally Jesse. I'm paraphrasing potentially on the podcast with Garza. He said, "We're too hardcore for metalcore, and we're too metalcore for hardcore."
Yeah.
So, which they're a hardcore band. if Scott Vogel wears your T-shirt all the time and he's on your record,
Yeah.
you're a hardcore band. And the Scott Vogel feature, Who Needs Who, is incredible on this record. And the feature with Connie from See You Space Cowboy is also great. My last record here is a band that I have been getting super into, and this is the first album I ever heard from them, which I actually listened to probably around the pandemic time, because I wanted to just see if they, they had an 80s sound, and they did have an 80s style sounding album.
Yeah.
And this is the first album from this group that I ever really got into, and so I finally had to get it on vinyl, and that is the 1985 album from America's band, the Beach Boys. I love this record. It may not be, to a lot of like Beach Boys purists, their best or their favorite, but it's one of my favorites. If you love the Beach Boys and you love like 80s sounding style, the electronic drums, the keyboards, the 80s sound, you will dig this. It's got 11 tracks. My favorite track is probably track 2, It's Getting Late. And if you're a fan of Carl Wilson, his songwriting shines and his vocals shine incredible on this album, like with It's Getting Late, Maybe I Don't Know, and then Where I Belong, incredible. And it has great cuts from Mike Love on the opening track with Get You Back, which was a top 40 hit for them. It has She Believes in Love Again, which is a great song written by Bruce Johnston. It has a couple great Brian songs, Al Jardine. Everybody's involved in this one. Mm-hmm. And here's the fellows on the back there. Love it. Great picture. Yeah, I'm obsessed with this album. I'm obsessed with the Beach Boys right now, so don't be surprised if you see a lot of Beach Boys pickups, because I'm all in now.
Weren't you saying that Ringo?
And yes, Ringo Starr plays drums on California Calling.
Yeah.
And then Stevie Wonder wrote I Do Love You. I Do Love You. He wrote track 10, and you can hear his harmonica playing, and he does some like vocal ad-libs at the end. And Boy George also writes a song on this album from Culture Club.
That's
because
awesome.
If you know, the sound is very 80s sounding like.
It was, yeah. We spun that earlier.
Yeah. The producer of the record, I'm getting this back out, Steve Levine, I'm pretty sure was the guy who produced like the big Culture Club, Karma Chameleon record. So they wanted to get a current, producer. So that's why that it has that 80s vibe to it, and it's really good. So yeah, it has Boy George writing song on it. It has Stevie Wonder writing a song on it, and it has Ringo Starr playing drums on it for a track. Pretty cool, pretty unique Beach Boys album. Can't say enough great things about it, and those are all my pickups for today.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I do want to plug some live shows that we recently attended and that we have coming up in the St. Louis area. Today, as of this recording, at 11:58 p.m., February 15th, 2025, we went to a Saturday matinee show at the wonderful Sinkhole to see Swissguard from, I believe that's their name.
Yeah, Swissguard from
Alton, Illinois. Very first show ever. Congratulations to them.
Boys did good.
Yes, they did.
I can't wait to see them grow more. I think they got some cool stuff coming. So.
And then St. Louis band, first time ever seeing them, have heard of them, but first time seeing Drop the Blade. Yeah. Awesome.
Good. And
then Maul played third, who,
come on,
Fargo, North Dakota, death metal. We have put them over so much on this show. Great dudes, great band. They grind. They're constantly. They're the Road Dogs. They literally have merch that says Road Dogs.
This is the fifth time they played in St. Louis?
Fifth time since in the last 2 years, and they will play in May with the Acacia Strain at Red Flag, which will. That tour will be some of the biggest venues they've probably ever played.
I can't wait.
I don't want to speak, but that'll be exciting.
It'll be awesome.
That's sometime in May.
We've made it to all of them. I haven't made it to one. I was stuck in Florida.
The one that Platypus last summer. That was a lot of fun.
They played at Platypus twice.
Yes, they played at Platypus, Sinkhole twice, Platypus twice.
Yeah, and then today was their third time playing the Sinkhole.
Yeah, but we didn't see them. This is my only fourth time seeing them.
Yeah. Okay.
So we must have missed them a time. I didn't see them.
Must have, because I feel like I've seen them every time they've been in the area, except for when I was in Florida.
I thought this was their fourth time in St. Louis, but they said fifth today. So,
but when I was stuck in Florida, they did a merch drop, and I bought a long sleeve, so I still supported them while I wasn't there.
Absolutely. And they have a show in Madison, Wisconsin tomorrow. So, I think Madison. So, if you're in Wisconsin when this comes out, it already happened, but hopefully you were there. But the headliner was St. Louis's very own. Sawed Off is my second time being able to. Great band.
Oh, that's
great
my first
live.
time seeing them. Good.
Yes.
Good. God.
They played some new unreleased stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool.
They're, I guess now is a 3-piece. I don't know how long that's been going on, but
Yeah.
before they were a 4-piece. So that was, man.
I can't remember if they were a 4-piece or a 3-piece when I saw them last summer at this point. But they were rocked
Yeah.
I saw them at Platypus last time.
Man,
So
the energy of that band, like they got something big coming.
Yeah.
Like, and that they announced the new EP, played the one new track, and that was just face melting.
Yeah, and by the way,
it's evil.
We have been to quite a bit of shows at the Sinkhole.
Oh,
For a Saturday afternoon, that was crazy how many people packed it in there for a Saturday afternoon. It was packed, which is great. I want as many people as you can fit in there as possible.
It was nuts to butts, and people outside in the street still.
I was bellied up at the bar. Literally, I thought I was about to start serving drinks.
Yeah, you were about to fucking do some cocktails.
Yeah.
Like, you were at the bar.
For Mall, yes. For Mall, I was bellied up at the bar. Fantastic show. Ridge was not able to attend a few weeks ago in January. I got to go see Wes Hoffman at the Sinkhole. Wes Hoffman of Wes Hoffman and Friends. Chainstay, Interpersonal, and Portraits and Landscapes. I hope I didn't butcher any of those names. All St. Louis local bands. Fantastic show. Diverse bill. That was a great show. And speaking of that, we also have 314 Weekend, brought to you by Wes Hoffman.
Yes.
And there, starting on February 28th, we have Hardcore Night at the Sinkhole. And then on March 1st, we have Punk Night at the Platypus, I believe.
Yes.
And then March 2nd is Emo Night. And I'm blanking on the venue for that one. But I will be at the first 2 nights. Yeah. I cannot make the third night. But if you are in the area or if you love any of the bands playing those 3 nights, go. Tickets are affordable. They're selling quick. Go. It will be a great time. You're going to see all of the great things that St. Louis has to offer musically in the scene, and it'll be a great time. Can't say enough good things about what 314 Punk is doing, has been doing, promoting bands. And then Jake Crusade, Fourth Crusade booking from Direct Measure is booked a show that I cannot wait for in March 22nd at the Sinkhole. Koyo is coming to the Sinkhole with Swinging Chandelier from St. Louis.
Good golly, man.
And I'm sorry, forgive me, but I cannot remember the other 2 bands that are playing. But
I can't. They're new to me.
I don't think they're from St. Louis. I don't think. Okay. I could be wrong though.
I know one's like just like a shoegazy type band,
and then one was like a heavy beat down band, and then Koyo, and then Swinging Chandelier, which there was like we play faster than every hardcore band or something, paraphrasing like that. So yeah, March 22nd, Saturday night. That will be a party. We cannot wait for that.
It's a big deal because Koyo in a room that small is gonna be insane.
Yeah, which they're coming back from a Comeback Kid tour, so they're hitting some like headlining shows on the way back home. So just to show you, they're on tour with Comeback Kid. So them playing the Sinkhole is going to be a very big deal, and they're one of my favorite bands currently. So I will be very intoxicated probably.
It's going to be a party.
And very lose my voice from shouting their lyrics. So can't wait for that. That's all I got for this one. Just wanted to plug you with some recent pickups. We got some stuff coming for you. With new releases. I literally got 2 CDs in the mail today that I'm going to talk about.
I got a stack of tapes coming.
Yeah,
getting back into my roots and getting some tapes.
Yep, so same here. I now have thanks to your help, I have
got you set up.
A setup where I can play tapes again. So I'm buying tapes, and I just need a CD player again. So
we're going
to just need a CD player very soon.
Look, we're looking.
So I got to listen to my CDs when I come over here. So, but anyway,
but you can find us on
Instagram at
Waxing
RJ, and Facebook at Waxing On with RJ.
Yep, that's where you can.
And we also have a new logo by the time this episode comes out, and we're very happy, very proud of it. And
thank you, Ditch Witch.
Yes, thank you, Ditch Witch, for the logo. We appreciate it very much.
He did artwork for the new this band that I've followed for a little bit, Caustic Phlegm. He did the amazing artwork for their new either EP or LP. I can't remember if it's an EP or LP, but it's been a while. I have their EP over there somewhere, but yeah, it's fucking amazing. I mean, he's done stuff for like Gate Creeper and different bands and stuff. So he did our little logo, and it looks really nice. So
yes, thank you very much
for seeing it in this episode.
Yep, we much appreciate it.
And
that is episode 33 for you, and we will be back very soon. with more pickups. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Hello, this is Barrett from the ATI Podcast, here to talk about the MANIC Compression Group. The various podcasts that make up the MANIC Compression Group include ATI Podcast, Waxing On with R&J, Nod Narb's Closet from Ed Ozen, and It's Just Two Movies. The MANIC Compression Group is a voice for the voiceless, a platform for those dream chasers. The various creative arms of the MANIC Compression Group all have one goal in mind, and that is to bring a spotlight to underground artists and amazing artistic works. ATI Podcast, hosted by yours truly, focuses in on interviewing rising artists, content creators, and small businesses. Waxing On with R&J, hosted by brothers Ridge and Jake Jackson, gives love to physical media. It promotes purchasing physical media as a means to support artists, album reviews, details on production and audio quality on various formats, all with the end goal in mind to give some love to some amazing artists. Outside of the physical media love, you're going to get reviews on recent concert going experiences as well as local show calendars. Nod Narb's Closet focuses in on miniature painting, the D&D world, role-play games, as well as various niches in the hobbies of 40k Warhammer, Dungeons & Dragons, and tabletop RPGs. Led by Brandon Stewart of Ed Ozen, Nod Narb's Closet brings attention to the many talented people involved in the hobby. It's Just Two Movies, hosted by Danny King and a rotating guest panel, covers just that, two movies. One critically acclaimed or favorably viewed, and a secondary movie probably not good, but the hope is that it is so bad that it's entertaining. Sit back, enjoy some libations to the velvety tones of Danny King and guests with an injection of jocularity and improv comedy. The MANIC Compression Group can be found across all podcasting platforms, but the full experience can always be enjoyed on YouTube. We thank you all. Stay safe out there.